Hi everyone. So today we are going to be doing my lesson plan presentation for my community project. My objective for the lesson is for the students to learn the key points of the major battles of the American Revolution and how they gained their freedom from Great Britain. So the issue for my teacher was that the students were becoming bored with her lesson and that she wasn't doing as many hands-on activities as she wanted for her students to not be bored. And because the students were so bored, a lot of them were becoming disruptive in class and trying to talk over her. So the lesson material for this lesson is Smartboard, a Chromebook, some worksheets, a Quizlet, and a Powtoon. The grade level in the subject is 5th grade, and obviously it is social studies. So before we get into the lesson, we have to talk about each component of the technology. So what is Smartboard? A smartboard is an interactive technology that teachers and students can use, and teachers use smartboards to project lessons so that all students in a classroom can view it. And smartboards are also touch screen usually, so students and teachers can write and allow them to see everything. So for the smartboard lesson, I decided that they were going to do a Smart Exchange lesson on the American Revolution, and it just gave the students basic information, and it wasn't going into too much detail. It was just an introductory lesson. Here is the screenshot of the lesson. So what is Quizlet? Quizlet is a website that students can use to study for tests or homework assignments. Teachers or students can create flashcards, quizzes, or other study material for free. And the Quizlet lesson is the second type of technology that we're going to use for this lesson, and it will go more in depth than what the Smartboard lesson did, but it's, I think, a better technology than the Smartboard for the students because they get to do it one-on-one by themselves. And then here is the flashcard set that I chose. So what is Powtoon? Powtoon is a website that teachers can use to create short videos for their students to watch and learn about a topic. Powtoon is really good for just short little videos. I know that I created a Powtoon on classroom rules for my students. This is the final technology that I will be using for this lesson, and it is what explains the most important details over the American Revolutionary War. It talks mostly about the important public figures and our founding fathers. Here's the video that I used. So how does this lesson go hand in hand with the Common Core standards? It is a part of the Dimension 3 Sources and Evidence for the 5th and 6th grade level of social studies. This is because students will determine if their resources are reliable, and then they will have to answer questions in their assessment and provide where they got that information. Here is the Dimension 3 you can see in the middle, and then below that I picked the history for grade 5 just to go more in depth. Now, ISTE standards are for the empowered learner. This is because they are achieving their full technological goals for social studies, and they are becoming more informed over the American Revolutionary War. Here are the ISTE standards. They are level 1 empowered learners. Here is a Quizlet assessment for the end of the lesson. I decided to do Quizlet again because I found that most students really enjoy Quizlet because of how they get to determine their pace in their learning. And they can also create little quizzes for themselves. But for the assessment, the teacher will be creating a pre-made quiz for their students to take. It'll only be a few questions, and it'll be right before another assessment. Now, their final assessment for the class is an exit slip assessment, and it'll ask 3 questions over what they learned that day, things they found interesting for the lesson, and questions they still have over the lesson. Now, I decided to do another assessment for the previous class period as their bell ringer, and just ask a question that one of them may have had from the previous day, or one that I thought would really tie into the lesson for this day. And here are my resources. So, thank you all for watching.